back. Sorry about the technical difficulties. We are back. Phil Tristan, I apologize. You were still watching. You can still watch us right now, driver.
Yeah.
Kid, amigo.
So recapping of what happened, you guys, we got tagged for copyright infringements. Facebook automatically shut us down, which got rid of more than 3/4 of you. So Wayne made the call to end it. And just restart another feed.
Well, there's a reason for that, Sheila. It's because of all the hard work that you put in. I'm going to make sure that your information and your hard work gets heard or seen. Period. I'm not going to let it go to dead air. I'm just not going to do it. And I appreciate Facebook for letting us know. And for our fans and everybody out there that jumped over to YouTube, Ed Rogers, all you guys, thank you so much.
Which is still on YouTube right now, too.
Thank you so much, guys.
Just goes automatically over.
We appreciate this. But again, sometimes we're not the perfect show. We're not. We might be the greatest show on earth, but we're not the most talented production. Okay, right. Just saying that there. But the one thing I'm going to do is I'm not going to let your hard work fall on deaf ears.
Oh, thank you.
So, and that's why I wanted to come back and shut it down. And then boom, we're right back to where we need to be. 35 people, 2 likes. Yeah. It is. I don't know. So back to your comments. Go to your comments. Were you guys able to see what we were doing? Did you catch the trucking news? Do we need to go back over the news? Do you need to hear about the biggest spurs in the world being destroyed?
Right. It's about driving tired, guys.
Do you need to see? No, we're not shaking Chucky's booty because it got us busted.
Yeah.
Chucky. Yeah. It might have been Chucky fans only page that shut us down.
Could be.
We're not paying Chucky.
Yeah. Oh,
bastards.
I said that where was my singles?
Stop it. What happened here, Sheila? Don't know. Let's go to comments. All right. So we're back. Okay, good. All right. Let's go to comments. Are you back now? Yes, Judy. Yes. Hey, thank you, Judy. Your comment helped us get through this morning. All right, Jason Fry, Charles Bundy. I'm back. Good morning, y'all. Anton Austin, Paul.
Morning.
Good. Chucky. Good morning, Wayne. Sheila. Good morning. Did you see yourself? We've already gone over your video this morning,
and we can't play it again
because they'll shut us down because you have restrictions on your content. Unless you insert dollars, you don't get to see Chucky rubbing the nipples. All right, so we're back, Sheila. That's good. All right, good. All right, good. All right, prayers needed. My cousin Josh Burnside is suffered a heart attack and is in a coma. Wow. He's only 40. Oh, come on, Justin. Seriously, your thoughts and prayers. Our thoughts and prayers are with you.
For sure.
All right, Heather. Good morning, Heather. Good to see you here. And Becky Underwood, Dave Umberger. We saw it, so on with the show. We have an extra hour. No, you don't get an extra hour, dude. You don't get an extra hour. All right. Chucky says it is his fault.
Yeah, I said I'd have my dollar bills out there, but apparently...
Stop trying to give money to Chucky that we don't have. Cut it out. Go away. All right, Sheila, where are we at?
All right, so just recap for those of you who didn't see, we talked about a company that, 2 of the companies that have been placed out of service because of safety violations. The FMCSA has deemed them to be imminent hazards to the road service for multiple violations going on, including one of them being a 16-year-old driver who is traveling all over the states. Then we went into driving tired and the importance of taking a break if you need to, if you're tired, and don't let dispatchers or anything else control you or your load. If you're tired, take a break, get a rest, get some air, whatever you need to do, because accidents do happen. What we had talked about is the world's largest spurs were taken out and the driver is okay, thankfully, but that we have seen instances where the driver has not been okay. Okay. And that's where we were with the trucking news. And so we're going to start getting into, because it is Throwback Thursday, guys. And so we have that at the end. So we are at the time. I know it's kind of weird just starting off now. We are going to be getting into the weather.
So you want to jump into weather and then head over to Throwback Thursday? Or
yes.
What? Right. So
guys, so start dropping your comments of the weather.
But if you guys did miss it, I think one of the most important parts of today's show is not just the Throwback Thursday, but the family. All right, Jerry and his son fishing. The story that we told about him and him fishing. Thank you, Jerry, for letting us use your pictures and your content. And to this guy right here, screw you, pal. Yeah, just screw you, pal. That's Charles Bundy. All right. All right, so let's get to it. Let's take what are we doing? Throwback Thursday right now?
No, we're gonna do weather.
Weather,
and then we Throwback Thursday. Yes, but the weather is bad out there.
Okay.
So let's get into it.
All right, so let's drop your weather over in the comments and we'll be right back.
You want to show your one weather?
No, because I can't. Which one?
Does it have music on it?
Right. I can't. I'm afraid that they'll get us. Which one were you talking about? No. You want to take the chance?
Not if it's got music on it that we don't.
No, I don't want to take the chance.
Okay.
I'd rather just skip through and
then just put up my little weather map.
Well,
please.
I do have the one. Do you want? Oh, yeah, I forgot weather. I'm lost. My God.
Put up my weather map, please.
God. All right, drop your weather over in the comments right now.
So let's get into it. A continuing ice storm is impacting regions from central Texas to Ohio Valley. A mixture of sleet and freezing rain. I know. Oh, wascally wabbit. Freezing rain will gradually come to an end today. Northeast light rounds of light snow are ongoing from portions of the Ohio Valley and Central Appalachians to the mid-Atlantic through Friday. Meanwhile, on the warm side of the system, throughout the southeast, showers and thunderstorms could lead to 1 to 2 inches of rain through Friday. Impactful winter weather is expected across the Pacific Northwest starting today through Saturday. Heavy snow across the typical mountainous locations, but possible in the lowlands as well. With freezing rain, another threat to the lower elevations of northwestern Oregon in particular. Snow and mixed precipitation expected to spread across much of the Great Basin and into the Rockies as well. Meanwhile, the Arctic air mass located over the central U.S. is not leaving anytime soon and is actually forecast to expand over the next few days. Expect 20 to 40 degrees below average, covering a widespread area from nearly the entire Great Plains to the Great Lakes. By Friday, these cold temperatures could move southward to the Gulf Coast and as far east as the lower Mississippi Valley. Wind chill warning and advisory is still in effect for upper northeastern Washington, northern Idaho, Montana, northern and western Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, eastern to central Nebraska, northeastern Colorado, northwestern Kansas, central to northern and eastern Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, northwestern Illinois, northern Michigan, the Great Lakes, northeastern New York, and most of Vermont, northern and New Hampshire, and northern Maine. Guys, we've got wind chill warnings in California from Taft and Bakersfield, east to Barstow and Baker.
What?
Wind warnings in Wyoming from Medicine Bow to Centennial. And here in Elizabethton, Tennessee,
nice.
It's 46 and on and off raining.
Yeah, it's not bad here. It's been on and off raining. Yes. Boy, I'm terrible this morning. But it is. It's not good out there. It's really not. I was watching some other news this morning and weather this morning, and they are it's just coming, and it's just right here on this eastern, like it's like a funnel just going right across. Right. It's weird.
And it just starts. It just keeps going from coast to coast. It'll start up in the Pacific Northwest, and then it's going to skirt around all in those northern areas in the plains. And a lot of the upper plains right now are experiencing freezing rain, and as well as Texas, freezing rain and sleet. And with that comes wind. And so, there's power outages that go on, trees get knocked down. It's not just, it's, a little freezing rain going on. And like you said, in Texas, you throw a cup of ice out there.
It's over. It's over. Scott screwed.
Right.
Scott Granger screwed. But you're right, though, Sheila.
Rain. They're getting rain down there.
Yeah, it's the weather. The weather just really screws these drivers. It's not easy for them, no matter what. Let's look their weather's like over in the comments. All right. Was watching you the whole time. Thanks, Phil. Appreciate you. Phil. Chucky, it was your fault. All right. Here we go. Where's the weather? My God. Wayne, what happened to your hand? I'm super trucking. Got my spirit fingers on today. Grabbing gears.
That's your jazz fingers.
All right, my jazz hands. All right, here we go. Where the hell's your weather, guys? Okay, here we go. Glenn Clay Jr. says 43 and storming rain in Houston.
Yeah, rain in that area.
Slocum, Alabama, foggy and fishing. Seriously? Come on.
Get it.
Drivers can give the weather. Yeah, drivers can give the Houston 60s, cool and raining.
Yes.
Pretty right. 20 feels like 7. Super icy in Abilene, Texas. Yep. All right. Shout out to Vincent Perrone. He's car hauling again. He's back in the seat. He's loving life. He was at a shitty company at first when he got back in, but now he's back to that nice long hood, and he's out there hauling cars. Good to see you out there, Vincent. Waiting for the Justin Pomerantz, waiting for the cold hell here. Waiting for the cold hell here in McMinnville, Oregon.
Yep.
All right, Dean Stein says 56 in Jasper, Georgia, and foggy. You happy, Wayne? I had to leave the nice Florida weather. Laughing. Yes, good, you bastard. Yes, I'm very happy. Suffer. No.
You don't want them to suffer. All we preach about is them being careful and not suffering.
I just want to poke you.
Yeah, stop poking that bear.
Good. All right. Judy says cold, icy rain, northeast Mississippi getting worse later.
Correct.
Yeah, that's not good. All right. Becca says 15 in
negative.
Oh God.
In Wisconsin.
Oh God. Menominee. All right. Chucky says 9 degrees in Cheyenne. He's still in Cheyenne. That's why he's out there stripping. He's stuck in Cheyenne.
Yeah, because the part I was reading on the part that he had fixed before, I guess wasn't the right part.
And he's smart. There's not many male strippers in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Yeah. He's getting that cash.
He's gonna be making a few bucks from the ghosts out there.
All right, Lee Titsworth says -8. I'm in Illinois Northern. That is
right.
God.
Very cold,
God. Kelly Shane Richardson says 12 degrees in Warrenton, Missouri.
Correct.
What did I miss? A lot.
Cluck, cluck.
Rooster cluck, cluck. You missed a lot there, pal. All right. 26 and heavy snow in dirty Jersey from the Rooster himself.
Yep.
Mark Mason says, good morning, Wayne and Sheila.
Good morning, Mark.
Thule, cloudy and 36. All right. Brandon McIntosh says Flagstaff, 36, clear skies. Renee Mueller says Columbia, Georgia, foggy and misting rain, 58 degrees. Tisha says Memphis, Tennessee, 30 and ice, baby. Get it. Ron says, good morning, y'all. Good morning, Ron. Good to see you.
Good morning.
All right. So that I think that's good with weather, right? 50 people, 17 likes. We're crushing it.
Yeah. And that's okay. So guys, as we always say, make sure to check your weather reports of the areas that you're going or that you're staying in, and just be careful and just stay updated on it, because it is crazy right now all across the country. It's crazy. It's just a mix of everything. You've got snow, ice, sleet, freezing fog, rain, which causes flooding, thunderstorms.
Well, especially in Oregon and California, where all those fires happens. You're gonna have mudslides. You're gonna have highways washing away, like Pacific Coast Highway. California is eventually going to become an island. We've been waiting for this for decades, so hopefully we're close to the island of California.
That is our.
So those regulations float off.
That is our right.
It is my home state.
Yes.
Yeah, but they're the regulation setters. Seriously. But Mark says, laughing my ass off, pronounced Toowoomba. Seriously? Facebook English police?
Yeah. That was that video that we showed yesterday about all the pronunciations of all the different areas. He was only talking about specifically in Pennsylvania, but it's like that every time we get into weather. Some of the names of these towns and areas is just ridiculous.
All right, let's go to Ken real quick. Ken Zimmerman. He seems like he's got a great question. It says, what are the laws about cameras on the driver? Been told it's illegal. Asking because a company I used to work for is talking about putting a camera on the road and the driver and all trucks, including owner operators, due to an accident that totaled truck and brand new trailer. All right. So as far as that goes, it's not against the law. It's not. Right. It really isn't. Now, the owner operator is a different story. He has a choice. Right. The company driver, the company truck, you do not. That's the policy. You don't like it, you're going to have to move on. I'm just saying, I know that, because just like with that tanker endorsement that I had to have, that I thought it was a law that I had to have to haul frac sand, and sure enough, Kelly Shane put me in my place, and Scott's going to try to say, oh, no, I knew that, but you didn't. All right, you got put in place just like I did. That it's not a law to haul frac sand. You don't have to have a tanker's endorsement. It was the company's policy.
Correct.
So that's something you need to really look into. It's not against the law. Now, there's certain times I want to say that it should be against the law because of your privacy, but you have a curtain. That you can shut. Okay, so if you have the ability to have privacy, they're going to get out of it. If you don't, and that camera's consistently on you, even on your break, that might be illegal. Not sure. So, what do you think, Sheila?
And as far as company, like you said, it's all about policies. It's if the company puts that in place for their company, they're allowed to do so. I mean, that's just any companies are like that. They're allowed to put things in place. It doesn't have to be a law for or against. Oh, we're swapping.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Anything break your strike?
That was it. That's all I had to say. As far as that, right now there's nothing in there saying that cameras are a law for all trucks. So it is an option for the owner operators, but companies, they can implement one in there. It's their company.
They can. Okay. Renee Christopher says, you have a choice, company driver or not. It is an invasion of your privacy, Wayne Campbell, for real. How is that? Okay. If you're working and you're behind the wheel, you're on their clock. You're being paid by them. So technically, that's not your time. That's company time. So any company time is allowed to be monitored. It is. Otherwise, then Walmart employees would not be allowed to be recorded while they're working. Right. Or a FedEx driver.
Right.
Or warehousing. That is a fine line. Now, when it comes to your privacy, Renee, I think you have an argument.
Right.
When you're off the clock, you have an argument. Okay. And those cameras turn on even when these drivers are off the clock.
Right.
Jennifer, my ex-wife, had an issue with this camera turning on while she was off the clock.
Right.
And I had an issue with it because that was my wife at the time. Period. Any woman, anybody, any man, anybody should have the right to their privacy when they're off duty.
Right.
Okay, so
that's their little house right there.
Right. I want to say so you if that's the case, and if it was an invasion of privacy, it was against the law, they wouldn't allow it, and insurance companies wouldn't be able to give insurance breaks or discounts because of the camera.
Right.
You see what I'm saying there?
Right.
Because they actually, if that was the case, then insurance companies wouldn't be able to offer that discount for having cameras on drivers while they're driving.
I'm sure that here eventually, as cameras go more in place of the driver facing ones, that there's going to be more suits that are out there for invasion of privacy because if they don't go off during off-duty times, which they should. They shouldn't be recording. They should be allowed to turn those off after their time and they're not on duty to have their privacy while they're changing or dressing. And that's their little house right there.
Right. And but see, okay, so here's a great incident. It's like a bakery not letting the health department in. Say, nope, it's my house. It's private. Can't come in here. I'm baking cookies and selling them, but you can't come in here and see how I'm doing it. You have to. You have to let them for health reasons. Okay. And on the other half, it's for safety.
When you're off duty?
No, not when you're off duty. I'm talking about in general. In general, if that store's closed, the health department doesn't need to come in there. But as far as that, did I use a wrong analogy there, Sheila?
Well, I was just saying, are you saying that
you're
they're
saying
allowed to? Because
I'm going off of this. The company can have a camera on you. It's not an invasion of your privacy if you're behind the wheel, steering, going down the highway. That's just like a cookie company being open and the health department comes in to inspect them and they say, nope, nope, you're not allowed in here. This is my home on top of my bakery.
Right. I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying there? You can't do that.
Right.
Now, if you have the curtain closed, you have your privacy. You do. There's no audio on that camera. So you don't really have an argument there. Do you?
I think the argument's going to come in, and like I said, I think there's going to be more suits as far as having that privacy while you're off duty. I see that's where the problem's going to come in. I don't think there's any kind of legal suits that you can do while you're on duty as far as that, but while you're off duty, I can see that suits would be filed as far as if that camera was still recording, even if you do have a little. I mean, what happens if you had the window open a little bit just for some fresh air and it blew your curtain or something? You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Look, I'm not saying I'm for cameras.
Right.
As far as facing the driver. The new driver, I'm actually for it because how many actually do this?
Right.
Your drivers want to complain about the steering wheel holder, but then, nope, it's against the law to put a camera on them. Bullshit. It is not against the law. It's a policy. Okay. That's like saying I can't record my employees while they're working behind my cash register. No, I can't. It's my company, my policy. I do it how I want. If you don't like it, you can leave. Because if that was the case, then why are insurance companies allowed to give a discount for camera-facing cameras?
Right.
How is that legal? So it's illegal to have it, but it's legal to give a discount for having it? That makes no sense. Seriously. I mean, unless it's your company, you can't make that call. You can't. You just can't.
I agree.
Right?
I agree.
All right.
Go to another one.
All right. Chad says it is their truck and their money. 24-hour video is good for the bad stuff. Correct. All right. So, he says, Renee says, oh my God, do not allow them to put cameras in your truck. It will be like an ELD and become Lock. Okay, now if it's your truck, you don't have to let them. But if it's the company's truck, they can do what they want.
Right.
Here's the part where I think we're falling short.
Right.
Unless you put up that money and make that note and have that companies and pay those companies taxes, I don't think you have a choice. So you know what I'm saying? All right,
Yeah.
so let's go here. It says, Renee says, I believe in tracking your trucks, but, right, okay, we're going to come on a fine line here. Okay, you got, a lot of us are old schoolers, okay, and we're not okay with things. We're not okay with change. We're just not.
Right.
Things are changing. Things are changing. They've created a truck that drives itself. Okay. Are we saying that the roads are safe these days with all these commercial drivers that we don't need to monitor them?
Right.
We don't just take the cameras away. We're good. We're good. We're good. We don't need to monitor companies like, what was that company's name? Should we go back to that company? Where's that company at? So give me some notes there, honey. Because I just want to read what you went off of today.
Oh, yeah, right. I don't know. Oh, it's further. I did.
All right. So there's companies out there that are violating left and right. They're letting 16-year-olds drive their trucks.
Police Automotive Group and Central Logistics Inc.
Okay. All right. Where was all right? Police Automotive Group, Central Logistics Inc. were declared an immediate hazard to public safety as part of the federal order to cease operations. Yeah. The order applies to any motor carrier owned by Matthew Tabner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why is
he
that?
owns both of them.
Well, why is that? Because of all the violations they have.
Repeated. Even though he got cited and was cited for him multiple times on several different violations, he just continued on. He just kept repeating the same violations. So finally, he gets caught, and the FMCSA goes in and is like, "Dude, you're an imminent hazard. You are out. Your companies are no longer allowed to operate. Period."
All right, so let's go to Justin Pomeranz. Says, nope, they had a camera on my dash just being a four-wheeler, just to watch me like a pervert, so I could put a glove over it. Freaking pervs, right? So so again, you do have a choice. You have a choice not to work for that company.
Right.
You have a choice not to work for that company and find a company that doesn't have the facing cameras, because I know they didn't have it back in the day, which is Throwback Thursday. So keep a good attitude, because we got good content coming, because I know I opened up a can of worms, and I know what I'm doing. I know exactly when I'm pushing your buttons. In the end, they're allowed to have cameras,
right?
And you have a choice whether to work for them or not.
Well, I mean, in most businesses have cameras. I mean, we had cameras in the bar. We literally had 20 different cameras on us at all times, other with the exception of, all the way to outside. It didn't matter where we were going outside or anything around the building or anywhere else. The only place that there wasn't cameras was the restroom.
Well, right, correct. These drivers out here these days, the veteran drivers that are at companies that have driver facing cameras, they know how to get around. You get around, put a little piece of paper up that falls over. Oh, it fell. Sorry, my visor's down. Oops, sorry. Didn't realize it. So, I mean, in retrospect, if you're doing your job, you're not going to have to worry about that camera. In reality, if you're driving and you're performing your job safely, you don't have to worry about it. So it shouldn't be an issue in the first place, unless it's your personal issue. Just saying.
Agreed. All right.
It's a somewhat. Go ahead, Sheila. Yeah. What do you got to say? Speak your mind.
No, like I said, I can see I see some reasons for it, and I agree with some of it, and some of it I don't. I understand about the privacy thing. I mean, it is their workplace, but it is also the majority of them. It is their home as well, too. And so, like I said, on their off-duty time, I don't think that those cameras should be allowed to film you while you're off duty, period. Because that is your home. Okay,
Kelly Shane says, I'm going to burst a bubble about the forward-facing cameras. Better ask SRT Covenant about the lawsuit they lost about. Okay, how about CR England and their lease purchase program? Right. 3 class action lawsuits. Did that stop them, Kelly? No. You can go on and on and on, Kelly. You don't work for a company that has them. Show me the law. Post it in the comments. Take a screenshot. Post it in the comments. You're not going to get this one. You're not. Because the company has the right to monitor their equipment, period, no matter who's driving it. It's their equipment. It's their company, their rules. As far as privacy goes, when you're not driving it, you might get it there. But while they're driving that vehicle, that commercial vehicle, they're allowed to be recorded. Otherwise, they wouldn't have them. It's just like saying the driverless truck ain't here. Right. Some DOT stops at the scale and asks for my BOL. I just go LOL. So here, what about Bob?
What about Bob?
All right. But you're no off duty if you are in their truck. All right. Where you're gonna get it, then get it. What are you waiting for? Don't talk about it. Be about it. Seriously. Camera. Then how do insurance company offer discounts for this equipment? Show me the law. I'm just saying. Right? Otherwise, so big corporations are just breaking the law consistently throughout the day, and you guys are doing nothing about it. Well, then it's your fault. Just saying, drivers. Right? If it's not against the law and they're allowing it, it's your fault.
If it's against the law.
All right.
They could.
Darren says cameras facing in at driver is an invasion of privacy. They had lawsuits years back and drivers won. So they were pulled out or covered them up. Correct. Was it while they were driving? Was the lawsuit did they get a law? Did they get, okay. So when they won the lawsuit, was it invading privacy while they were driving? Because I don't know what's private about you driving. You're in public. That's like me saying I can't record you going down the highway while you're driving. I can. You're in the public.
Right.
How about until that law's in place for looky-loos not to record you while you're driving? I saw a cop record a trucker yesterday with 2 phones to his ears. Okay, so was that cop illegally filming that driver? No. I go out and film you drivers every day. Is that illegal? No. And it's facing you while you're driving. Case closed. All right. Now to throw back through what?
Yeah, you ready to take
a
little break there? And
but seriously,
and
honey, seriously,
I agree.
If camera facing cameras, or if driver facing cameras were illegal, then I would not be able to record drivers while they're driving.
Like I said, I could see where the invasion of privacy comes in. I don't know the lawsuits exactly that they're talking about, how long ago that it was, and what's come and developed since that time that they put it out there. I know that the invasion of privacy would be of contention, like when they are off duty. I don't see how that they would win that if that was the company's policy while they were on duty.
Okay, Darren says both and dispatchers were turning them on. Okay, so there's a couple companies out there that actually have that actually the dispatchers can turn them on, but some companies they have actually companies hired to watch you guys. Otherwise, dispatchers will be watching drivers all day. No, there's actually companies that watch you guys and that turn them on. They turn on from overturning, over revving. There's all kinds of reasons. We can sit here and assume all day long, but that's only going to make an ass out of you and me.
And with that being said, we're going to take a small break, guys. We're going to come back. We're going to get into Throwback Thursday.
All right. If there is a camera in my truck, you getting a show. I want fans only. See, all right. Okay. Now you can take your driver facing driving cameras, put your shirt up and just drive, and you get fans only all day. You get paid for it.
Yeah.
All right. Read my post. TDS. It stays plainly. Read my post in TDS. It says plainly. Check. Okay. Who's your post? Is it FMCSA? Because they don't make the laws. They enforce them. So I'm not sure where we're going. But real quick, before we go any further, I want to stop and say, Roger McKay, you're in our thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
You lost your mother.
Yeah.
Okay. And on a serious note here, on something that we can partake in, I want to say I love you, brother. And I've been watching your Facebook the last few days.
Yeah.
We talked about it the other day. We highlighted your mom the other day. I want to say thank you for being part of our lives, and that you are in our thoughts and prayers. All right. Roger McKay says insurance companies offer discounts. We've all seen the videos of drivers on the phones with feet in on the dash. One bad apple ruins it for us all. Companies become unassurable because of the drivers like this. Carriers give companies the ability to maintain insurance. Right. Okay. So all you drivers sit here and complain about the training in the industry, me included, hate it. Safety's at an all-time low. Can you agree with that? So then why are we watching these drivers? Why are you not watching them? Seriously. in reality.
Right, the new drivers and stuff.
I'm just saying.
I agree.
So, all right.
They do.
All right, Roger McKay says, thank you. All right.
Oh.
Jeffrey says, do they watch when I refill my Gatorade bottle? It's a great topic. It's another
positioning
show.
Of the camera, how far.
Okay,
how
I got it from the FMCSA website. Do you really want to talk about the FMCSA? Sheila, what did you find out about the FMCSA? Even though all the comments were against what they were wanting,
right?
All the drivers like, no, that's not good for the industry. What did the FMCSA do?
Yeah, they decide their own.
They told you, we don't care. We're doing it anyways. So, all right. Chucky says, I don't get paid. Trust me. Yeah, you do, you little liar. All right. With that being said, guys, it's time for Throwback Thursday. We're going to take a quick break, come back, and get to all of Sheila's material. My God, Sheila, you got a lot of stuff. All right. We'll be right back.
Second home, I'm all lit up like a Christmas tree. Enough power in here to pass anything. My stack shined up and pouring towards the sky. Blowing black smoke, baby, you know why. I'm a truck driver, king of the road, handling the lever in a heavy load. A truck driver, king of the road, and I'm grabbing gears until I get back home. I'm a truck driver and I'm king of the road. Then I'm Minnesota, LA, and San Antonio, driven more miles than most people.
And now, Throwback Thursday.
All right, you guys. So this one is a time-traveling glimpse through 120 years of trucking. First of all, I'm going to cite and credit just for so we don't get in trouble for any kind of copyright infringements. Yes. This is from an article completely that I found from Matthew Meeks of Transflow. And I just enjoyed it. It's just a little recap. Okay. So we're going to jump back in time and recap on some of the things we've discovered on Throwback Thursdays. We're going to quickly watch and hear the industry unfold over the years and then wrap things up as we see where the trucking industry's headed.
So are you ready to start?
Put your space suits on, strap in, and let's go.
All right. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm strapped up, ready to go.
Are you ready?
Yeah, get it.
All right. So it's 1898, and Alexander Winton invents the first semi-trailer to deliver his horseless carriages, also known as cars, to customers living outside the city of Cleveland. Technically, this would also make him the first car hauler.
Car hauler.
Get it. Man, I'm having problems with my words today. Continuing on to 1910, and there are now 10,000 trucks in the country, most of which are delivering only within larger metropolitan areas. They're all operating with solid rubber tires, making rough, slow trips like this Packard truck delivering a car.
Get it, driver.
Right?
All
right. Next up, 1914.
Get it.
Trucks, like the picture, the Liberty truck, are especially useful during World War I, and the potential of these vehicles becomes clear. As a vital means to transport people and items during the war, trucks prove their practicality. Trucks are also being praised as an ideal alternative to congested railroads. Continuing on to 1916, and a GMC truck makes headlines, which reads, traveling more than 9,000 miles, GMC truck makes a remarkable trip from
Kelly
Seattle
does that in a week
to New York and then back.
Get it, driver.
This is where the Seattle Chamber of Commerce sponsors a truck and driver to travel from Seattle to New York City and back to Seattle. The goal was to show the importance of highways and the future of transport. The trip took a total of 31 days.
Damn.
To complete.
Holy shit.
31 days. Well, they weren't like the trucks now, okay, where you just, it was slow going. It was slow going. Moving on into the 1920s, and now most trucks are equipped with air-filled tires, such as the 1920s Texaco tanker
That
truck.
fuel hauler.
Rides are much smoother for drivers, and speeds and delivery times are greatly improving. It's now 1927, and Mack Trucks pioneers the use of power brakes on trucks by using a vacuum booster system. That's a cool one.
Get
and that picture there is of a 1920 Mack AC.
Get that.
Used quite frequently in World War I. The AC was, and that was where the British loved it so much that they got the term Bulldog Mack, which is where the symbol and their logo of the Bulldog came about.
Well, I'm sure drivers will say different, but go ahead.
That's okay. On to 1935. The Motor Carrier Act is passed, presenting a set of regulations for all trucks operating on the nation's highways. The act establishes freight hauling rate regulations, limits the number of hours that truckers are allowed to drive, and oversees trucking companies' range and the type of freight they carry. America is booming, and trucks are essential in the development of our country, like this Mack truck that helped with the building of the Boulder Dam.
Get it.
Over our next destination is the 1940s. Truck stops are starting to offer diesel fuel at their pumps, and an ongoing effort is in place to extend the interstate highway systems across the U.S.
Yeah, I'm noticing Texaco a lot, Sheila. I'm noticing Texaco. I don't see a lot of Texacos anymore.
Texaco was huge back then.
Yeah, I don't see them a lot anymore.
Yeah, it was one of the main gas stations.
Yeah, get it. Where are we at now?
We're in 1940 through 1945.
It's
World War II, and the U.S. and its people are concentrated on this. Manufacturers are building heavy-duty trucks to support the Allied forces. So those years right there, pretty much everything was concentrated on the war.
Get it.
Zipping over to the 50s, it's 1953, and the average price of diesel is only 14.9 cents per gallon. Freightliner introduces the first overhead sleeper in 1956. And in 1956, Eisenhower passes the Federal Aid Highway Act, and the construction of the interstate highway system begins.
And we'll keep on trucking.
Yep, going over to the 60s, and trucking starts gaining national attention with songs and movies about truck driving that become major hits. The movement continues through to the 1970s, where trucking and the trucker culture continues to grow in popularity through CB radios and films, which paint truck drivers as badasses and outlaws.
The bandit!
Yeah. Additionally, thousands of independent truckers participate in strikes and protests against the rising cost of fuel during the energy crises of 73 and 79. Correct. Which is
right here. Oh boy. Take that driver to jail. Oh God.
They're arrested. This is a picture of
I wonder if it's illegal to take that picture.
Well,
with that camera.
Well,
because it's facing the driver.
Well, you're stupid.
I'm just being a dick.
Yeah, you are. Okay. Next, we're going to take a brief stop in the 80s. The trucking industry is deregulated by the Motor Carrier Act, moving it to a free enterprise system. The union starts to crumble, and this results in growth that doubled the number of trucking companies over a period of 10 years.
Get it.
Continuing on, we now come to the 1990s, and we're now in the decade of regulations.
Yay!
A strong focus on driver safety and environmental concerns results in a series of major changes. 1992 sees a new law requiring all truck drivers operating rigs over 26,000 pounds to obtain a commercial driver's license. In 1994, the Trucking Industry Deregulation Act prohibits regulations at the state level. 2 years later, in 1996, the Interstate Commerce Commission is established, with remaining rules transferred to a new Surface Transportation Board within DOT.
More money.
Another 2 years after that, in 1998, air brake trucks and trailers now required anti-lock brakes. Rounding out this decade, a law is passed by Congress in 1999 to create a separate trucking safety administration to address ongoing concerns within the industry. And all I can say is, holy cow, the 90s was heavy, man. Let's get out of here and move on to the 2000s.
Would you say the 90s were heavy?
Heavy.
Heavy.
They were heavy.
Well, Y2K's here.
Yep, exactly. In the 2000s, Y2K brings more challenges: driver shortages, hours of service regulations, severe winter weather, terrorism, a Great Recession, and spiking fuel costs and more. The internet alone is the source of major change in the industry.
You think?
as well as pretty much all industries for that matter.
You think?
The Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration is officially established in 2000, and long-awaited hours of service reform is implemented in 2004. 2008 sees diesel prices spike to over $5 per gallon in many areas of the U.S.
Arm, leg, soul, kids for the diesel. You got to give up your kids for the diesel.
Yeah,
that's great. I like that.
Yeah,
great picture.
In 2008, while the stock market crashes and the U.S. enters a horrible recession. In 2018, the ELD mandate is officially in effect, and a tsunami of trucks fleets switch over to stay compliant. Are you staying with my pictures?
2018?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm with you.
Okay.
That looks like overseas.
There cab overs. It was actually a video, but I couldn't get it on there of everyone moving fast to comply with all the ELD mandates now. Rounding out the decade, our last stop on this time travel is 2019. At this point, we don't even need to step into a time machine to see the future of trucking, you guys. It's unfolding before our very eyes. Here in 2019, with self-driving trucks, astounding new technology, and interesting laws being passed, it's clear to see the future is now.
Well, it's crazy because trucks nowadays, they can tell the speed of the car up ahead to a mile ahead, I want to say,
but from
it's
that,
crazy.
And the reason I enjoyed it, it's a tiny little glimpse, guys, and throughout all the Throwback Thursdays that we have done, and each portion that we mentioned in this list is just a tidbit of what we've already covered on Throwback Thursdays in a whole, starting from 1898. But it's incredible to see in 120 years, and I mean, just tidbits. That's not even everything, guys. I like this
small
article
fraction
because it was short and to the point, kind of the thing. The incredible changes that have happened in 120 years. I mean, we've got people who are over 100 years old who have seen all of these changes and more, especially in technology that have taken place through this time. And 120 years is not that long. So you figure from 1898, a little more than 120 years, from 1898 till now, and then all the stuff that happened in 2020 after the pandemic hit, it just included more. I stopped there at 2019 because that's where the article stopped. But it's just been interesting. And like I said, in all of those things we've talked about through all the different trucks we've talked about, when we talked about reefers, when we talked about the highway system, when we talked about the first semi truck, when we talked about heavy hauling. I mean, there's lots of Throwback Thursdays that we've done. And so we've touched on all of those in there. And it's always just amazes me to see how far and how fast the industry has grown.
It's mind-boggling in some ways, Sheila. I mean,
yeah,
you're going from this right here. I mean, literally like this guy right here.
Yeah.
All the way to this right here.
Yeah.
Okay, and I know that's a plastic truck, but it's amazing. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I watched a movie last night about AI.
Mm-hmm.
And the things that are coming is just mind-blowing. These trucks are able to see 1,000 feet ahead of them.
Yeah.
The truck can
right.
see 1,000 feet ahead. California only requires 300 feet. 300. These trucks are seeing 1,000 feet ahead. With the driver.
Right.
Cool.
And what's the view and distance on the sides too?
Yeah, it's all the way around. It's all the way around. Right. But it's amazing how far we've come. Mm-hmm. Some things have benefited the drivers, and some things have really hindered the driver and devalued them.
Correct.
And that's the sad part. But the one thing I do know is if you're keeping up with the current industry and where it's going and what it's doing and where it's headed, you're going to be okay. All this stuff that these companies are doing and building is available to drivers.
I agree. Yeah, for their own trucks.
Right. Right. To advance within their careers.
Right. To keep pushing forward and to stay with the times and to keep your fleet going.
I heard something and it resonated with me in regards to technology. If you're not going to ride the wave of technology, you're going to get washed away by the wave of technology.
And boy, don't we know it. I mean, I feel it every single day when I experience every time I go to that we need something new or I need to figure out something else as far as on the computer or or applications or software or anything else that I don't know about, I mean, I really feel it. And it takes me a long time. But if I don't, and I don't learn some of this stuff, we're not going to grow, and it's not going to continue to advance, and we will be left behind.
All right, let's go over into the comments. All right, Lee Titsworth says, fuel to hit record highs in the next 2 years. Yes. All right, Dave Umberger says, what an awesome segment, Sheila. Get it on, sister. Get it.
Thanks,
Paul
Dave.
says, awesome job. I loved it, Sheila. Thank you. This one's yours.
Phil Tristan says, awesome job, Sheila, on the history lesson. Thank you. Enjoyed a lot. And now back to you, Wayne Amigo.
Get it. Chucky says, dang, the hotel I'm in was built in 1911. Yeah. Red rum. Red rum. All right. Glenn Calais, we're going to go back up to the comments. It might not reflect on what we're talking about right now, but we're going to read it anyway. Glenn Calais Jr. says, company I used to work for had GPS in trucks, and they would watch the screen like a hawk. Soon as you would get in 1 or 2 miles over the limit, they would call. I would pull the dash and wrapped it with aluminum foil. They couldn't figure out why mine had no service. Back to the aluminum. Okay, back in the day, JB Hunt, all these companies, some of these companies, they had that e-log.
Right.
They had that e-log. And these are stories I've been told, because I'm not old enough for this. I wasn't in a seat back then. Okay, I was still with daddy, running around the studios thinking I'm cool.
Right.
Well, I was old enough, but I was just too cool for Scoop.
Right.
But I heard back in the day they'd wrap their e-logs or their electronic logs in tin foil, and it would just throw them all off. It would just throw them. It would screw the whole service up. I guess something with that aluminum foil. I guess that's why they wear the hats.
I was thinking the same thing.
Right.
That's what I was thinking about when you said that.
All right. John Jake says, "Good morning, Wayne and Sheila." Good morning, John. Becky Underwood says, "Good morning, 20 and icy." All right, guys. Kim Grimm over there at 10-4 Magazine says, "Good morning." Good morning, Kim. How are you? All right. Jeffrey says, when the eagle eye picks up on a bridge and you're on cruise, hurts the body just a bit. All right. Look, guys, we love the fact that you guys tune in every day. We thank you for that. We really, really do. I want to say thank you to my beautiful wife for such a great job on Throwback Thursday today. I mean, you crushed it. You crushed it. But I want to let you in on something.
What?
I'm going to invite you to a group.
Okay.
And I encourage every driver to find this group. I want to say it's called Trucking with Yo-Yo Till the End.
Okay.
Okay. This woman was a truck driver for a lot of years.
Mm-hmm.
And I just found her. I'm sure John Jakes knows of her, and Kim Grimm, I believe, did a write-up about her.
Okay.
Okay. This was an icon in the trucking industry.
Mm-hmm.
I've just learned about her. I feel like an idiot that I did not know about her, but she raced semi-trucks.
Oh.
I mean, but they're pulling out, this woman's heritage runs so deep, and her roots in trucking are so deep that it's just mind-boggling. I'm so shocked I never heard of this woman. But I want to say thank you to the Boston trucker, Mike Gaffin, Trucking with Yo-Yo's daughter, I want to say it is. I'm just learning about this. This group is amazing. If you want to know about some trucking history and some of the women within trucking, go check out and find this group called Trucking with Yo-Yo Till the End. I mean, this woman has touched me deep just by her accomplishments.
Awesome.
Within the trucking industry.
Okay,
and
I will.
I see it right there. John Jake says a yo-yo is awesome. So I would love for you. I'm going to invite you to the group. I know you've never been a driver. You're learning about the industry.
Right.
I want you to really look into this person. I want you to, because I know how much you love history.
Right.
How much you like to read. I think this is a great find for you.
Yeah. And we can do a throwback on her, a segment on her, as long as she gives permissions that we can do it. We'll have to get a hold of her, and we can always do a throwback, a heritage segment on her.
Michelle is awesome. Kim Grimm says, I'm going to say that was Yo-Yo's name. It was Michelle. I don't know who started this group, but it is amazing. It is amazing. So I got to write about her. Right. So she got to write about her. So, Kim, I want to say thank you for doing the things that you do. John Jakes, Kim, we're looking forward to your wedding. But I want to say thank you to you, Kim. Writing is not easy. Telling a story is not easy. I'm learning this way.
No, and I have a hard.
And it's hard.
It's hard to read it too. So I apologize for my little blips in there, guys. Sometimes my speech gets going and my brain is reading it faster than my mouth wants to say it. So eventually it'll get better.
All right. We're going to wrap this up, guys. Remember, guys, I think we got to everything, right?
Mhm.
Did we cover everything?
We did. That's
All right,
it.
so-
Reminder, guys, no morning
Show tomorrow.
Okay, guys. Charles and Wayne will probably do some kind of a
I'll
live.
do some kind of a live at some point tomorrow.
But we have to be up and out of here super early to get Mama to the hospital for surgery. So no show, no regular show. Okay, so it won't be the Feel Good Friday one. We will be back on Monday for the normal show.
Michelle is Lisa's daughter. Okay. All right, Kim. Yeah. All right. It's awesome weather here in Florida. Shut up, John.
John.
Seriously. All right, Becky Underwood. All right, Becky Underwood says, everyone have a great day.
Thanks,
and Wayne and
Becky.
Sheila Campbell, great job.
too.
Love the show. Keep on trucking. See y'all. Justin
Becky.
Pomerantz, great day. Prayers for your mom. Everybody, guys. All of you. Keep calm. Trust God. It's going to be okay. Remember, you're the heartbeat of America. You should be treated that way. As I take off my super trucking gloves because the show is over, always keep the shiny side up, rubber side down. And to make money in today's trucking industry, what do you got to do, baby?
You got to keep your left door closed.
Do we have a feel good pity of the day?
No, because that one
I
that you were
played it.
supposed to-
Okay.
yeah,
All right. So we'll close it with. We'll just show it again. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye, guys.